still on the beta. So this is the Play Myself show where today you will have Miles and Mo both talk about their weeks.
The
The guys,
original. The
yeah, the
original.
originals. And we'll also talk about what's stopping Mo from creating his channel. And we'll also talk about Mo's bowling journey and anything else. If you are on or in the chat, please leave a comment so we can see if we can put the comments
Oh,
on.
I can't stand
If not, this is another beta mode jack up. But we're still having fun. Some of us. Some of us. Mm, yeah. So Mo, with that said, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm pissed off.
What's sir? What's
Nah,
up,
I'm
brother?
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Uh, I'm about to
Nah,
say, okay.
it's funny. It's funny that you were talking about my
God, bro.
bowling
Perfect.
journey
Mm-hmm.
because you know how you said that your goal um
Hey,
is
Mo
to
about to make
you
Mo,
know
Mo about to make
be
some shit up.
no, I'm not making
Nah,
nothing up. This is what you said.
I know, sure. Go ahead.
What you said was your goal is to be as successful as you possibly can on the podcast. That was one of
Yeah.
your goals.
Yeah, that is my goal. Yep.
So one of my goals is to be as successful with bowling.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing much better. I'm still waiting until Ant bowls against me, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Why you say that?
Well, I mean because I don't know. Ant will he'll make excuses.
Hmm.
He makes excuses.
So he's not a man of his word?
I think he's a man of his words, but he's gonna come with the excuses already.
Mm.
Like like with the basketball, right? With
Yeah.
the basketball, he started out making excuses.
Mm.
He said, "Oh, I just got back from the gym." He started right off. You
Oh,
know
yeah. Okay.
what did Brooke say? She said, "Pro bowlers gonna make." Yeah, I
Yo, I'm
definitely.
just saying something like, yo, you mad nice at bowling, and I don't think that, I think that Ant was just talking shit, and like, I don't really think he be hitting the lane like that. And this shit is mad super funny how you would be on that shit. Like, and it's funny because like you holding him to his word and he not gonna stop it. Like you would tell me, yo, Miles, you just done the third. I'm like, yo, I'm only gonna say what I know I could do. But
Yeah, yeah,
that's what's so funny about it.
yeah. I find it to be hilarious, and then he's like, "Oh," he goes, "Oh, I bowled that high before,"
Yeah.
but I digress. I just find it funny.
It is funny, but it's more funny that y'all both it's like a hamster wheel. Like he gonna say because he's gonna say, yo, it's not that serious. And you're like really dead ass practicing on this shit. And like, yo, you like, yo, that's two W's on you. You know what I mean? And he's looking at it like, Mo's going mad hard. Fuck this shit. Like, I just said it. And you like, nah, you said it. Like, be about it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's what's interesting and dope about it to me. You know.
yeah. I don't. Even if we set a date, I don't think he would show up. I don't think he would because I think that's more embarrassing for him
Mm.
to get beat at something that he's supposed to be good at.
Cause I was talking to you about this shit, right? I was like, yo, if if I knew a sport, right? Like so like basketball, bowling, like to the point where you would accept the challenge. If I would have ever challenged somebody and like it was gonna be public, like I told you earlier this week, I'm like, yo, son, I know you want to do comedy. So and I know it's like it's on my bucket list and it's something that scares me. Yeah, I challenge you
Mm-hmm.
to the first person that could do that because I know we're both gonna be working equally as hard to try to get
Yeah,
that 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, but that's how I think. But I think when you kind of did that to Ant, where you was throwing it like, yo, all this competitive stuff, and I'm like, yo, Ant, son, like, he's a foot and a half taller than you, and like I just told you that he was recruited and this, that, and the third, and like it just like left his brain. But I don't know, man. Like that's like you gotta admire that about somebody too.
I just think like that. Like I know, I know that as far as basketball goes, I know the game of basketball, but now I'm starting to get slower. Can't play as much. I can still play, but
Hmm.
you know, that was kind of like my last hurrah with Ant. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That was kind of like it was more fun than anything. But I'm that it just shows the bowling just shows my competitive nature
Yeah,
where I was like, well, I never he bowled like all his life and I just started and I said, you know what? I'm gonna
e-
prove that I can beat him. And he's
ex-
like, I don't care. He's like, I don't
exactly,
care.
bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not strategic because strategically, like I said, I'm gonna catch you on the same footing as me. So I say stand up comedy, but when you say Ant versus like if I don't know you, I'm not gonna take none of that because then if you beat me, I don't even want to hear you. So it's like, yo, when you said you could beat me in chess, I'm fairly confident that I could bust your ass in chess. But if I lost on, even if it was on camera, people would be like, yo, Mo is that nice because Miles was doing some fly shit.
So equal playing ground.
Yeah, everything got to be equal playing ground to me. Isn't when it comes to like ability shit, especially if I haven't seen you, what am I testing? I know I'm not the best in the world. So like if you like, yo, you could beat me in basketball. I'm like, I yo, y'all want to go play ball? I'm not like, yo, I bet you I could beat you sight unseen.
No. I have to no. Nope. Nope. I'm not gonna let
That's
you get away with
you.
that.
No, but that's
I'm
you,
not gonna
bro.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why is because there was a time where we were doing the familiarization with the PT test, which for all of you guys that don't know,
Uh,
in the
I
military,
know
no,
what
no,
you're gonna say.
I'm
Go
not
ahead
gonna let
though.
you get away with this. Let me
No, go
finish.
ahead. Go ahead,
So,
man.
so
Mad petty.
it's not petty. It's true.
Petty.com.
I'm only speaking on facts.
I know.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Petty. Go ahead. Be petty.
So anyways, so we were doing familiarization with the PT test, and so we
Yeah.
had to throw the medicine ball.
Yeah.
And so
My back is
so I
half
so
broken.
no Miles, it don't matter about your back because you were the one that came to me. I never said anything.
I
You
was
came to me.
motivating you, bro.
Stop it. Stop.
Yo, you bugging. That's what I'm saying. Yo, this is what I
All
was
right,
talking about at the
bro.
beginning. Yo,
All
bro, at the
right.
beginning,
All
yo,
right.
bro,
No,
at the
that's
beginning of
not
the
what you
show,
said. You
at the
said
beginning
what
of the
what you
show,
said what you said was, I
at
bet you I can throw the ball farther than you, right?
bro,
And
I know
so I
how to
said,
motivate young blacks, bro. All you gotta say is I bet
stop,
you is
stop,
ass
stop.
twice.
You can't move the goalpost
Go ahead, bro.
because you what
Tell a
you said.
story. Tell a story and watch what it sound like. Tell a story.
I know what it sounds like
No, no.
because
Tell a
I threw
story,
the
please.
medicine ball. I threw the medicine ball. I threw it
Mm-hmm.
farther than you, and then you said, "I know what you did. I know what I did wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
now I know how to throw it."
Mm-hmm.
And you threw it less than what you did before.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm so competitive that like
Mm-hmm.
even if somebody's trying to like with Ant, we could easily say that Ant was trying to motivate me. Well, he did a good job because I'm
Okay.
mad competitive. You
Okay,
know what I'm
good.
saying? So, huh? But
I'm letting you
but
talk.
nobody can take that competitive nature out of me. So I think that it's like a trigger. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that was my point was that it was a trigger for
Mm-hmm.
me when
I,
somebody says, "Oh, well, I can do something better than you." I take that to heart.
okay. And so here's the leadership moment in that.
Here we go.
You
Here
haven't passed a fucking PT test in whatever time, right? At that point, and at this point of me calling myself motivating you, I know how you get it. So I'm like, yo, I'm challenging you to do shit, trying to show you that shit is easy. because I know the reason your reasoning behind shit be different. So I know like the reason you don't say or you didn't pass was more because you question your leadership, and that shit could still be the fucking
That's not true.
circumstances.
That's not true.
But it could be, even if it's not like all the way true, it's part of it. I would say, but
No,
maybe, so maybe it's none of it, right? But at the end of the day, when I did that and I saw how enthusiastic you were about beating me, I'm like, damn, son, why this motherfucker don't grab life like that? That's what that was. Yo, because you was mad hyped on beating me, and I'm like, yo, son, like, I'm an old man now, bro.
so so you call me petty, right? So
Yeah,
what you
you
did,
petty.
you
You
you remember
telling
you
the
remember what
story is petty.
but you remember what you did later on that day to get me back?
It's probably fly. What was it?
You know what you did.
I
You don't
forgot.
remember?
Nah, no.
So we had a briefing, right?
Hmm.
And so Myles called on me for every single like almost every single question because I hate answering out loud. And
Right.
he knew it. So he just kept calling on me.
And you was
And
trying
I'm
to
like, oh,
freestyle
this
answers,
motherfucker.
but bro, I threw you in the water. I feel like I did a good job. So
But
like,
that wasn't petty?
how? No, that wasn't petty, bro. I
Uh,
took you out your
all right.
shell, bro. That
All
was
right.
a great
Hey, thank
leader
you.
right there.
Thank, thank you.
Yo,
I so
motherfucker, you're welcome, mother. Like for dead ass. Shit. Yeah. Thank you, James. Making you learn. So at the end of the at the end of the
You gotta
day,
learn today. You
that's
got
yo, that's what it was. And it's so funny, son. I want to bring my clip up, but it ain't no real clip. But it's like, yo, you remember in Boys in the Hood when I think I brought it up last time. He was like, "Yo, you got some money, whatever," and dude was like, "Nah," and his pops is like, "Yo, I got these leaves that can be raked," and then Doughboy and son was like, the Doughboy's little brother was like, "Damn, your daddy worse than the devil, the boogeyman himself." Yo, it sounds mad crazy the way I explained it, and then it'll make it more funny when I post it. Motherfuckers like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But yo, like, imagine somebody tell you, yo, like they dead ass more scared of your pops than you are. He called you his pops the
mean
boogeyman.
honestly, that was kinda that so I don't wanna say that was kinda like how my dad was with people that were lived in a neighborhood, but
Mhm.
people didn't want my dad, like, disappointed in him.
Mm.
Yeah, they didn't want him disappointed because they looked up to my dad. A lot of people in the neighborhood looked up to my dad,
Mm.
and so they would be doing things to get to make sure that they're like, oh, well, I can't be doing wrong while Mr. Wells is around. And I always thought that that was pretty cool because I'm like, I live with him. Like, y'all don't know.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nah,
y'all
real.
don't know, man. Like, it's worse for me. Y'all lucky, but actually, in all reality, they weren't. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, once I got older, you start appreciating things.
Yeah, it's hard being
And
a parent, son.
yeah, I, if I was a parent, I would know, but I'm not. I'm a dog parent.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I thought it was crazy how people was looking up to my dad and stuff. I never really thought about it like that.
Mm. Yeah, well, get sad in the moment up, man. But yo, man, you excited for this season in the
Season of
NBA?
what?
In NBA. So let me ask you an
Oh,
NBA question, but I'm gonna ask you like you can answer that question, but like double on it, right? So are you excited for the NBA season? And if you could change one NBA rule, what would it be?
um, I am excited about the NBA starting. I wanna start watching more of it, get the NBA League Pass and things like that. So I wanna catch up more on current basketball because I think current basketball, it's cool, but it's just less physical. So
Mm.
it's just interesting how it's transitioned from, you bring the ball into the paint, you drop the ball in the paint, somebody has a nice little turnaround, or somebody turned around like Shaq and dominate and just dunk on you, to now it being more of a, logistics, more of like just, oh, we're gonna go down the court and hit three threes, and then we're up nine to your six, you
Mm,
know.
yeah.
Um, Now, if I could change one rule, in basketball, it would be um, that you can have more players on the roster,
Mm,
and that the salary cap is is people. I would want NBA players to get paid less
mhm.
so that they could allow other players to be on the roster.
So you
Because
mean
right now,
like farm team shit though? You talking about?
you said farm teams.
Yeah, like how they do with baseball. Like if you in baseball, you got all the way up to like single down to single A, but like the one team owns it.
But they have that they have the G League.
Yeah, but G League is nothing compared to like in baseball, like the Yankees probably have like 10 or 15, 20 teams, and that's getting paid. Players getting paid.
Yeah, so right now they have the G League, which is it's one team,
Hmm.
but that should be that should be sufficient, but I'd rather see more players on the roster. I'd rather
Mm,
see more players, you know, I think right now currently it might be like 13 players that you can have on the roster.
right.
But
But they got practice squads though, no?
they got practice squads, but they're not going to play in a game. She said James wants to know the
Yeah,
distance of.
it wasn't crazy. It was like Mo threw it like 18 feet, and I threw it like 15 or 16 feet. It
No,
was like, oh
no,
boy. Go ahead, Mo.
no,
Tell him, Mo.
nope.
Tell him. You
It, it,
know.
I threw it significantly farther than you did.
Mo, what was the
It was
distance, Mo?
significant. It was like you threw it like maybe 13, and I threw it like. Matter of fact, no, I don't even think you threw it 13.
Okay.
I'd give you like I'd give you like 12,
Mo, look,
and I
word,
threw it
Mo.
like, I threw it like 15. I threw
Mm,
it dumb. Yeah, I threw it mad far.
bro, I'm
Because that
telling
was
you,
the
you
farthest I
probably
ever
threw it
threw it.
like 18 or 19. I definitely didn't throw it like no son. Throwing it 12 foot, I could do that with one hand, bro. What you talking about? Come
No,
on,
you
son.
can't.
All right.
No, you can't. Don't
Nah,
don't do this.
yo, Mo, you
Don't
got
don't
this,
do
bro.
this.
There's no way.
Don't
It's
do
like,
this. You
all right,
just you
bro.
just said that you can throw it with one hand 12
No,
meters.
bro. I can throw it with two hands more than 15 feet, bro. And I have it all mapped out in my backyard if you really want to go there. Come
Is
on,
it
bro.
is it feet or meters?
I don't know. Even if it's 15 feet is more than 15 meters.
Okay, you want to make this bet?
That I
You want to
can't
you
throw
want
it. That what? That I can't throw it.
you can't throw it 15.
Yo, you nice how you did that, son. You said I threw it 12. Why couldn't the bet be I can't throw it over 12?
You can't throw it. You just said that you can throw it 15.
I definitely can.
All right then. So if you can throw it 15, then you got to throw it 15. Too easy.
All right, Mo. Fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. If you
Oh, James said, see, I was wrong. He said 3 feet in the meters out. I don't even know if he's right with that, son.
three what?
3 feet in the meter miles. Whatever. I was wrong. I thought that a meter was more than whatever. I don't know. Boop, boop, boop. For me, like, mm,
So you can throw it maybe, I'd say 12. I'd give you 12.
mm.
I'll give
All
you
right.
12.
Yo,
But
Mo, I'm
you
not gonna
said it.
ever banter this with you, man. Whatever you want to see, son, physically, ability wise, we just gotta do it, bro. Like all of this, yo, I could throw it 12, you could throw it 10, son. I will practice that shit till I'm dead, son. To as soon as you come
Good.
first throw.
You
All
need to
right,
practice.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't need to practice nothing. You need to practice.
But you just said that you were gonna practice it. Now you don't need to
No,
practice?
I'm saying I would, but I don't need you to tell me
Oh,
I gotta
no,
practice.
now you saying that you don't need to practice.
I I don't need you to tell me I need to practice. Man. That's what I don't need.
Oh, now you don't want me telling you to
I don't
practice.
need you
All
to
right.
tell me what I don't need you to tell me what to
Well,
do.
if there was
That's
an
all.
NBA rule that you could change, and would you change it? What would you change?
I think, and I never even thought about the question even before I asked you, but I'm not gonna skate away from it. I would um I would change like some of the like the fouling mechanisms to where it's like I wouldn't bring back the hand check, but I would make it to where it's like, yo, if somebody was like in the last minute or the last, it's like you shoot double free throws to where people will not like slow the game down by giving those shots up. You know what I mean? By putting the free throw shit as a part of their strategy. I'll be like, yo, if you foul in the last 2 minutes, like yo, they shooting double free throws, and if they like make a three, then they get five.
I mean, yeah. So if you intentionally do it, and I would say if you intentionally do it, and you get like if you get a flagrant for fouling somebody,
Hmm.
then yeah, I would say I would say something like um the one person gets the two free throws that got fouled, and then
Hmm.
you have um another designated person that gets to shoot a free throw and they get the ball back. So you could potentially get three shots, 3 points, and the
Hmm.
ball back after a certain time.
Yeah.
If you get
So
a flagrant,
yeah,
only if you get a flagrant, because a flagrant would be a non-basketball play.
yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I mean? So if you're legitimately trying to guard somebody and you foul them, then it's a normal foul. They can't do
Mm.
anything about that. But if it's something where somebody's going up for a layup and you try to take their shoe off, you know, you're, you're,
Yeah,
you try to take their hat off, something like that. Yeah, all right,
yeah.
but
Nah, yo, Shaq had a good idea, and that's what maybe spawned the question. He was like, "Yo, for the WNBA, he was like, yo, if they just put the rim down, like
yeah,
not even a foot, he was like, yo, that would change the whole dynamic of that game because the females might be able to dunk with ease more." And I was like, "Yo, that's a smart idea. Just
it is.
make it
But did you hear
enough."
what the women said?
But they don't want that.
No, their pride.
Yeah,
They're like,
nah,
oh, and it's gonna hurt their pride. But it's like, no, like if you want to make the game exciting, then bring the
yeah.
rim down.
Yeah, and I agree. It will hurt their pride, but I feel like to me, what would make it exciting for me is like because I feel like a female has a certain charisma that she could do stuff. So like some of these dunks that we would see, a lot of dudes would be like emulating it because it's like, yo, the style and the grace that she did it with. You dig what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but like, so here's here's where I really don't agree with the females when it comes to the WNBA, when it comes to their sport, right?
Hmm.
It's gonna hurt their pride to lower the rim because they feel like they can play on a higher rim.
Yeah.
But they play basketball with a smaller ball. Their ball is 28.5. NBA ball is 29.5.
Mm,
Like
I know that shit.
your ball is a smaller ball so it can fit your hand.
Mm,
Lower the rim.
yeah.
You already have a handicap.
Sure. And but you could lower like if they really want to be real, you could probably lower it and tighten it. Like you know how like the Celtics used to shoot with that rim that was like only one ball could fit through? Because like they used to shoot like on carnival rims, Boston did. Because back in the day, like a regular basketball hoop, like how many like three basketballs could fit through it, right?
Mm, two.
Two. But like the Celtics, they did it where it was like, yo, like a basketball, maybe a basketball and a half could fit through it. And like that's how they practice shooting. But I'm like, yo, there's all sorts of things you could do. Like if you was trying to market and do that shit.
Yo, those carnival. Yo, I never. I don't think I ever won anything at a carnival.
Ever?
Ne-
Nah, you
Never.
lying, son.
I didn't. I just never won anything at a carnival.
Yo, man. That because
Oh,
I'm like, yo,
your reaction is like
I didn't even
you
say
don't
nothing.
you don't know you haven't lived life until you won something at a carnival. That's the way that I took your
No,
reaction.
bro. I kinda feel like that. Like I kinda feel like, yo, like you got like your bucket list of shit, and it's like, yo, it's nothing like, you know what I mean, going to a carnival with your squeeze on your arm. And she like, yo, give me that teddy bear. You like, yo, what? You roll your sleeves up and do that. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what you gotta do, bro. So like, I mean,
What can
uh,
someone explain the reasoning behind offensive goaltending?
I think that was like a
And
bad joke.
no, that's a real question.
I don't even know offensive goaltending. Oh, that's like so when yeah, like you could touch like I guess like if your hand goes through the rim and it was going in and they call offensive goaltender
No,
and he's on the same team.
the best the best example there's two examples that are really good about offensive goaltending.
Tell
That's
us, man.
like that's like if
Hold
somebody
on.
goes up for a layup
Mhm.
and before the ball has a chance to go down, somebody's already grabbing it and dunking it.
Oh,
Or offensive goaltending could be somebody just hanging on the rim and waiting for a ball to come up, and then they just grab it one hand and then throw it to the hoop.
oh.
That's offensive goaltending.
You learned me because I did not know what that shit meant.
There has to be, yeah, there has to be offensive goaltending because you have to give the other team a chance to get to the ball. You can't offensive goaltend either.
Mm. Yo, you ever thought about being a referee?
It's funny. I had a referee. There's a referee that works in my building,
Mhm.
and I recognized him because he used to ref a lot of my games, and he said, "Yo, you should start refing." He's like, you'd be a good ref, and I said I couldn't deal with the I can't deal with the parents, and I can't deal with the
N
adult
words.
men.
Oh, go
Huh?
ahead.
I can't deal with the parents, and I can't deal with the adult men's leagues.
Mm,
They're the worst. The men's leagues are worse than dealing with parents on in high school. Parents are worse than the kids.
at times.
No, all the time. Parents are worse. Parents are worse than kids.
At times.
When was the
'Cause I
last
feel
time that
like
you?
when you get to like high school, no, bro, because so you gotta understand something. Like I take my son to watch games, bro. So like from every level. So like in little league, yeah, like the parents are like definitely on some other shit. But when it comes to like high school, like when I go to like tournaments across the street, these dudes are like really trying to get in their kids' mind how they gotta do stuff. And the kids is just like maybe like not as responsive to their parent, but like during the game, they killing the refs and they getting technical fouls and all that now.
So the if you ask any ref,
Mm-hmm.
who's worse in high school? Like who's worse to deal with? The kids or the parents? They will always say the parents.
Parents. All right.
They will always say the parents. And the reason why they say the parents is because the parents, just like in any sport in high school, they
Mm-hmm.
try to live through their child, especially
Vicarious.
like in football and basketball.
Right.
They're yelling at the refs, acting like they're not doing their job, things like that. It's just constantly heckling. They're worse than the kids are
I
because
can
the
see that.
kids might say something to the ref and then get a flag. They the kids get a consequence.
Mm-hmm.
The parents don't get a consequence. So they might have gone during halftime to the car, had a couple of sips of some liquor or whatever, come back pissed off. It's not always the case. It's not always the case, but what I'm saying is parents don't have consequences the same way that the kids do when they're playing in the game,
bro.
and
So
that's why the parents are worse to deal with.
I'm gonna tell you
Bless you.
this, bro. It's more arrogant kids that. So I see what you're saying. Like, yo, you might have that parent one off, but like, yo, if you got like a star kid or whatever, he's gonna be on some shit more than his parent. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Of, of
that's just it's
course,
hearsay, son, huh?
of course, but how many stars do you have on a team?
Exactly, bro. So you acting like every single game you see parents bugging. You give parents a bad name, son.
Yep. No,
You
no,
anti-parent. You
no, I'm
anti-parent.
not. No, so the reason why I know is because I've experienced it firsthand. Like
Oh,
I've been to the AAU games where I was playing in a game and there were way more parents that were out of control that they even had to get kicked out. Just out of control. The kids aren't that bad. Like this is one thing where I can say, Miles, just trust me on this one.
yeah. Every yeah.
Parents are worse.
Yeah.
Parents
Well,
are worse.
again,
But like,
I'm going off what I see at these games,
yeah,
and you going off what you know. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that yeah you're bugging. I'm just telling you like from what I see, it
yeah.
don't be that. But like you probably know more about that shit than me. I'm
Do you
just
think
sitting
it's?
there.
But do you think it's a bad thing that parents? Do you see parents like trying to live through their kids when it comes to sports?
Always, but
Or do you think it's a bad thing?
you know what's crazy? I visited that shit with in myself with my son, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like, yo, you know how hard it is to get like the answers as to whatever you was looking for in your life, and it's like, yo, if somebody tells them to you, you'll have less stress in your life, right? But it's like people been telling you your whole life, but it's like, yo, when the message comes and you really do receive it, that's when it happens. So it's like you can never be. Yeah, I think I put it all jacked up. But I'm saying like you can never be like perfect, right? In anything you do, especially if you have questions that you're not willing to get answered on your own accord. If that makes sense from what we was talking
What
about.
what do you mean by that?
So it's like you living vicarious through your kid, right? Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it might you can look at it like that, but a lot of the times it's just like, yo, I don't want you to make the same mistake. So like for example, I know like I try to get my son to just familiarize himself with sports. So like he has all these sports equipment, right? But I also know like it's gonna be a time where it's like, yo, he's not gonna be able to go through high school like that. He's gonna have to like really get serious about sports if he wants to compete at another level. But me presenting that to him, it could come across as, yo, me wishing I had a bunch of toys, but wait, I did have a bunch of toys. It's more about like how it's perceived to look than what it is when you say, "Yo, they trying to live vicariously through them." Because it's like, yo, as a man, I feel like as a man, you know the shit you wasn't going to do and you didn't do it. So I feel like kids they don't want to hear that shit.
So I think it's important, and I say especially parents, to understand when to when to back off of your kid when it comes to sports. Because like if your dad was like that star running back in high school, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Then he might try to spend a little bit more time with his son, like doing father son, like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to hold the ball, and I'm going to teach you how to do that's fine. But like
Hmm.
I think that there is a line between teaching and like drawing way too much attention. And when you're sitting there yelling at your kid to do what you say in the middle of a game and like screaming at them, like some people might see that as motivation, but you got to know your kid too.
Yeah, but bro, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't take the time to learn their kid or to know their kid. So it's just like, yo, whenever you put like a tough decision on your kid, it's like you always hear the reason like, oh, it's because he got this blood, it's my blood, and all this shit. It's like, yo, what? It don't make no sense to us. But like, it's funny to you
Yo,
now, but it's like
Yo,
yo, like that's that
no, I'm
bullshit.
laughing because I can relate. I've heard it before.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's that bullshit. And like Miss Mimi said, she was like, yo, some parents are even jealous of their kids. So
Yeah, yeah.
you gotta learn. Yeah, that's why it's weird. It's sometimes like it's kind of surreal even having a kid because it's like, yo, like everybody don't want the best thing for them. That's why like I tell people I would never let them watch my son now because he just spoiled whatever the case may be. But like it's my belief that I'm working on his confidence. So like, yo, he's mine to be like that, and then I'll be there to the discipline phase. But like these are my theories. You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, for I couldn't imagine like not having the pops and having to develop that all through life, trying to know like, yo, how long to keep on your nuts when you washing your nuts. You know what I mean? Like some real shit that only your pops teach you.
So so I mean, like I'll use this as an example, and I mean I know I don't have any kids, but you know, me and Brooke started bowling. You already
Yeah,
know that we started bowling,
right.
but you know, I'm I don't try to uh I don't try to force like teaching her how to bowl the correct way or how to, oh, this is what I picked up, you
Right.
know,
Mhm.
because I feel like I can tell her what she's doing if she's doing something wrong if she asks me, you know, but for the most part, we're both taking this same journey together.
Yeah,
And I
no
think
doubt.
that as parents, parents should learn to take a step back too. You know, there's times where they can say, "Hey, you need to do this," or they, you know, "Hey, you need to be more aggressive." You need to, you know,
Uh-huh.
that's fine. But like to the point where it starts getting like embarrassing, it's like, nah, like you got to know when to take a step back and just, you know, hey, we'll save this for after the game. We'll talk after the game.
Yo, but let me tell you something, good brother. My fault. No, I just fucking my shit up. But listen,
Always messing with.
nobody don't teach you how to be no parent or no kid. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody don't teach that shit. So like what you could feel is embarrassing, somebody could just be like, yo, that's how I learned, and this how we about to get busy with it. Like all of that, yo, like embarrassing, like that shit is only your opinion, good brother.
It,
You know
it
what I
is
mean?
it is it is my opinion, and we talk about opinions
Yeah.
on this show. So I'm essentially doing my job on this show.
Yeah, you are. I didn't say
I'm
you
saying what
weren't.
my opinion is, but I feel like parents need to know when to take a step back and understand their child when their child is embarrassed.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I didn't have to deal with a lot of that with my dad. He didn't really embarrass me like that.
Mm,
My my brother used to embarrass me more than my dad did when it came to that. And he would only do one thing. He would like tell me, "Hey, cross him up." And he would do this like shake and then I would feel like I would have to cross him up and I get the ball stolen from me every time. Every single time. And it wasn't
yeah.
his fault. It was my fault for trying to do it at the
Yeah.
exact time that he told me, "Yo, cross him up."
Your brother's a bad influence.
It wasn't his fault though, it was mine because, but I would try to cross that was my problem. I tried to cross them up at the wrong time.
Yo, Mo,
I
that
didn't
shit was all your fault, son.
It
It
was
was
my
all
fault. No,
no, it was
I'm
all
not I'm not saying I'm
what's
not
up,
saying it
Scotty?
wasn't my fault. What I'm saying is, um oh, there he goes. There he goes. What's good,
Yeah,
Scotty?
yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
all your fault,
I
Guerrero.
I would I got embarrassed by my own actions,
Mm,
because I went and tried to cross over at the wrong time and they would just rip it from me. And I wouldn't say they ripped it from me every single time, but the majority of it,
right.
they would rip it from me. And I get
So,
pulled from the
yeah. Nah, Brooke, I was just trying to match Mo fly, and then I got caught up in the zone, but that's just my light and trying to match Mo. Um, I mean, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like when it comes to being a parent, a big brother, and everything is like trial and error. So it's like it's about how comfortable you are with yourself to explain why the fuck you said what the fuck you just said. I think that's the biggest shit about being a parent. So if your kid is like, "Yo, you told me I got to eat my vegetables, but we got the same vegetables, and look at your plate," you know what I mean? Now you like on some sucker shit. So I was like, you got to really be who you are the whole way
But
through, and that's the biggest problem people have is being authentic.
but trying to match your vegetables on your plate and embarrassing a kid at at a in a gym full of your peers, uh it's they're two different things.
Yo, and that's where
They're
I
very
think we
they're
I
very
hear you,
different.
bro. And that's where we differ, bro. Like when I'm talking to my wife or my kid or whatever, I don't give a fuck who's around, son. It's on some team Beecham some shit. You
And
see what
that
I'm
but
saying?
that
So like
but
all of
that's
that
that's
and
fine
back,
though.
yeah, bro. And you right, maybe, but I look at it like, yo, when it's team Beecham, like that's what it is. You dig what I'm saying? So like all of that, yeah, embarrassing in front of like, cause anything could be embarrassing, bro. It's all up to the beholder.
Right. So your son can be embarrassed by something that you say to him or say in front of people. It can
And
happen.
yeah, but he'll
But
tell me
I mean now. But how do you know that he's gonna tell you later on?
because that's the relationship you build, my brother, with your whole family.
Oh, okay. Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, if your pop say some shit, whatever, like it could be some embarrassing shit. You like, yo, we got to walk out this restaurant because he thought his chicken was cold and he thought that he didn't he forgot he asked for a medium chicken. Like you never had to stand on no shit with
But
your pops.
but you what?
You never had to stand on no shit as a family because of some nutty shit your pops was thinking or did.
I think we all had to do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the same shit,
We,
but it's just
we all we
multiplied,
all had to do that, but it doesn't mean that it's not embarrassing either. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You're telling me that it's not? Like if somebody
bro.
does something I mean, listen, me and you are two different people.
And Mo, I'm
But,
listening right
but
now.
I
You're
call but
getting
I'm
really
gonna I'm
aggressive.
gonna call it how it is. So if you don't find something embarrassing, that's fine. But I might call it embarrassing. The next person might not. And then the next person might. That's why I get it. We're two different people. We have two different perspectives. I think that's
Okay.
why we're so good as a
As a duo,
as a
as a
yeah.
duo.
But
Yeah.
but I look at it from hey,
But go ahead.
but but I think that there are like embarrassment is a real thing. People get embarrassed. And for you to sit and say, "Oh, because my son is a Beecham, he's not going to be embarrassed," or "I'm going to know my son, so he's not going to get embarrassed." You don't know that. You don't
Yo,
know
Mo,
what he's going to you
you
don't
did that
so
good.
no,
You
I'm
did
just
that
saying you
good.
don't but you don't know that.
I did not
You don't
say that. First off.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Son, that
Team
was
Beecham.
fly. That was fly. You set that up, son. I
Team
said it's
Beecham.
team. I said it's team Beecham. So I said, yo, if I had something to say over some shit that we not gonna do, we gonna stand on it all together as a family, no matter where we are. That's what I said. So like, yo, the embarrassment part of it is only of the person who's looking. So like, yo, like whatever you do could be
How do
embarrassing.
you
I
know
I
how your
done
son's
got up,
gonna feel?
huh,
How do you know how your son's gonna feel?
bro?
Later on, not now, later
No,
on.
later, run right after that. He's gonna tell me right after that, like,
Right
yo,
right
dad,
now, you know that, but you don't know if he's gonna change later on. You know kids change.
bro, if I maintain the relationship, he will always just like my
So you
wife
so you
was.
know.
Yo, son, I would
You
walk out of restaurant, bro. Listen, I would walk out of restaurants, and my wife would be super embarrassed. But now she's like, yo, that's he's on, so we out.
now, right now, but you can't you are you the same person that you were 7 years ago?
Yo, you trying to make yo? No, I'm
I'm
better,
just
bro.
asking.
I'm
Are you
better.
the same are you are you the same person that you were 7 years ago?
Absolutely not.
All right. So if
Are
you're
you?
not the
Are
same
you?
No, I never said that I was. But if
Okay,
you're not the same person
I
that
said
you
you are
were
either.
7 7 years ago, right?
Right? Yeah.
Then your son is not going to be the same person that he is now, 7 years from now. So you don't know what things are going to change. So you can't sit and try to say, "Oh, well, he's not going to be like that. He'll tell me now." Who
Yo,
cares if he
Mo,
tells you now? Like you don't know what he's going to be like when he's 13 years old,
you
going
are,
through
yo, bro.
hormones and all sorts of
Yo,
stuff
bro. You are
as
a
a
psycho, yo, bro. You are a psycho out of your mind, bro. With shit like embarrassment, that shit, the threshold only becomes stronger. So, like I said, with my wife, and I think this is some by the years, by being with people intelligence, right? When I walk out of a restaurant now, Noelle is not tripping like she was 10 years ago. My son now, anywhere he goes, he's rambunctious. He's that whatever. That shit only gets bigger, bro. It doesn't go down to where he starts getting embarrassed over some shit. But
but you know
now,
what? Go ahead.
because listen, because I understand where you're because you're coming because you're trying to bring it back on some argument shit. So it like if it
I'm
came
not.
if it yo if it
I'm
became
just
if it
I'm
was on some
holding you accountable.
nah
Is
on some sports shit, son, the way my son is, I'm taking that one knee in the first inning, giving him his instructions, and then that's the end of it. That's how I'm building this.
right, right. But we went into some other stuff, so we're not gonna just back out like you're not saying that your son wouldn't get embarrassed. You don't know that.
So you saying like I'm saying my son don't have the ability to be embarrassed? You're bugging, son. I never said that. And that's how
Never
you
said that.
acting right now.
I
Yeah,
never said that. I never said that. What I'm saying is that you can't predict the future 7 years from now, 8 years from now, and
absolutely not.
you're trying to make it out like, oh well, my son would never get embarrassed. My son would tell me, right? That's what you said, right? You said my son
No,
would tell me.
bro.
So if you can't see,
I didn't say
hold
no,
on,
no, no, no,
hold on,
no.
Miles.
You go ahead,
That's
go
what
ahead.
you said.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You just said it.
Yo,
We
bro.
can
I said
rewind the.
no. I said, look, if my son's embarrassed, he's gonna
He
tell me he was embarrassed. But like, I'm
right,
not gonna say I predict he can never be embarrassed and then tell me, nah. If he's
but
embarrassed,
that
he's
was
gonna be
your
like, yo, daddy,
argument.
you did that wrong. So he do that
That was
now.
your argument was that he wouldn't get embarrassed because he would tell you.
No,
I
bro.
think that's
How
where
would
he's
I know
using it.
that? Mo, how would I know that?
That's
If he was
that's
in
why
bed,
I was
yo,
trying to
bro.
figure that out from you.
Oh yeah. So my bad, which I know I didn't say. If he's embarrassed, I my expectation is for him to tell me right after.
Okay,
At least with him, the only person I would think that in my whole life right now is Max.
right.
He would definitely be like, "Daddy, that was wrong. I don't like that."
Yeah, yeah. Right now he would do that, but you don't know
And I
7,
think
8.
he was gonna do it today because I do that with my
Yeah,
pops to this day.
yeah,
That's how
and
my
that's fine.
pops trait. That's how my pops made me.
Yeah, but every child isn't the same. And you don't know what he's gonna
It's.
be like.
I think that's learned behavior though. Even though you know your parents' expectation, Mo.
I know my parents' expectation as far as what, like what
Like
expectation.
yeah, like when you ain't get
Or-
that when you ain't take that garbage out, your ass got kicked down the stairs because you know you fucked up, right?
So I
Exactly.
didn't no, 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 let me answer. It wasn't because I didn't take the trash out. Let's make that clear.
I'm
That
just
wasn't
saying.
it. That was the beginning of the end for me, but that was not the reason why. It was because of the way that I brushed by him. Like he wasn't
Exactly.
nothing. And then when he hit me in the chest and I didn't move, like I stood there like, I took that. That was what that
Yeah.
was. That was what it was.
Right.
That's what it
But
was.
he still needed
Nice
that to do
transition.
that.
Nice transition, Miles. What?
I word. See
Nice
how I did
transition.
that? See how I
Yeah.
did that? The
I saw
word.
how you did it, and I don't know if anyone else saw, but I was making sure that you understood that I know what you did.
Yo. But yo, what's some you been watching any TV lately? That's all I've been doing.
So we've been watching F is for Family with Bill Burr, my
Yeah,
favorite comedian.
that shit is dope. Yeah.
Um, and I want to start watching Ozark. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
That's about you know what that's about, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy who
Cartel
um
shit.
starts working for the cartels or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, it looks dope.
Yeah.
Um, but we've been watching that, and we've been watching Peaky Blinders. Um, there's a couple other shows that I want to get into, but
I might start
I
that.
mean, my real only free days are like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays now
Because of
because
bowling. Because of
all
bowling.
the other days I'm bowling. Yeah, I've got the
Yo, that shit
3 days I'm
mad funny.
bowling, and then I've got the show tonight.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so
Mm.
I'm always doing something. I always, especially now that the winter's coming too, I need something to do in the winter.
Social media management. That's what
I
you
gotta
do.
start lifting again too. Like I
Yeah,
want to start lifting.
word.
You
Yo,
know?
so I'll tell you a couple dope shows you could probably peep. Some shit called Flatbush Misdemeanors. Mad funny, bro. It's on Showtime.
Mm.
And American Gigolo. American Gigolo is dope, bro. And Dope Sick, but American Gigolo, bro, is the dopest
Have
show
you
on
heard
TV.
of Dahmer?
Yeah, I started watching that crazy shit.
I I I don't know if I can stomach it. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can do it. And I can watch gore. I can watch horror. But like knowing somebody's eating somebody else or cutting somebody like and then that's just the way that they are and they just keep doing it over and over and over again. I'm like, nah, I can't. I can't.
Yo, let me put something to you on that show, right? Do you feel like the if your loved one was a victim of him and Netflix putting this out, you feel like yo, they owe some bread?
If they say that person's name in there,
Yeah, because it's true. Like all the names is true. It's like it's public knowledge, but like I feel like yo, my thought is like one of my thoughts is like yo, once that shit is over with, like I don't feel like anybody should be able to exploit it because now I'm reliving it.
I mean, I would definitely talk to my lawyer about it if that were the case because I don't know enough about it.
Hmm. I'm
But
saying, what's your opinion?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't feel like I'm owed anything, honestly. Now, but that's why I would ask my lawyer about it at that point.
Mm,
I wouldn't. Would I want to relive it if one of my loved ones was the victim of it?
mm-hmm,
No, but I don't have to watch it either. So that's why I'm saying like I would probably speak to legal guidance or just someone who can lead me in the right direction when it comes to um what's legal and what's not.
yeah, I just feel like this day and age, like you don't have to watch it. This is gonna come to you. You know what I mean? Yo, another good one though, because I see the ladies in here is like, yo, friend of the family. That's crazy, bro.
Never heard of it.
Yo, it's about like the dude. He like tries to marry the young daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He winds up smashing the moms and the pops type shit. Like they all got secrets
What? Wait,
against each
what?
other.
Wait a second.
Yeah, bro.
The moms and the dad?
Yo, bro, it's dope. And they made there's a documentary on it on Netflix that came out a minute ago, but now there's a show on it, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yo, and the
yeah.
way he did it,
He
yeah,
smashed the dad too.
yeah. And it was just like, because they was like, it was like some church shit at first. It's crazy. You got to see it, bro. I'm telling you, that shit is fly.
Friend of the Family is a crazy show. Yeah, I can't. I couldn't. I don't know.
And
I
the,
don't
but
know.
the way it is, it's not on no like he just smashing the parents the whole show. It's like you got to go through mad shit to be like, yo. It was like he just made them do some shit that they can't go back from. Shit is weird.
Nah, that is weird. That's nutty.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
dope though.
God.
Yeah, it's a fly show. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think. Go ahead.
huh? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm like, I'm still like Xbox or PlayStation, son. And like, you can't find a PlayStation now, but like, you keep telling me get a PS4, but I'm like, nah, son, the five gotta be better. But like,
I mean, the thing about it is this, right? Is the five better? Yeah, but the four, they're still making games for the four, and you can get the games for cheaper. They're gonna be brand new to you.
mm,
I mean, you can't. At some point, you got to stop chasing because
the
like
new,
yeah, you're not out there like you're not playing online.
nah, but dig
You just out there.
this. So now look, Verizon offered me some shit like, yo, I can get the Xbox with the bundle for it's like $30 a month for 2 years. I'm like, yo, send that because then, does that mean I
Just
got every game?
no, you don't got every game. Not with Xbox, bro.
So what is that ultimate bundle pass shit that they got?
You get a bundle. Like you might get a few games. You might get like
Nah,
free.
they was like,
Why
I
would you,
got. They said
why
the
would you
E.
ask me? Why would
No,
you
no,
ask
I'm
me a
saying,
question? You
no,
already
my
know
fault. No, 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 it might not be all game, but it's like, yo, the whole EA library I got. I know that for a fact.
Okay, so it goes back to what year? Like from what year? And it's not moving forward.
Right, right, right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they might give you a bundle, like, and that's games. So they might give you a bundle of like, oh, we'll give you if we give you a bunch of games, you might be able to have access to the library for a certain amount of time for like the Microsoft library or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you might be able to have access to it for a while, but they might give you like a year subscription for free
Two
or
years.
whatever.
Yeah.
2 years for free. On PlayStation, it's free as long as you got internet.
Oh well, I see. All right.
Yeah, like
Say no
and you
more,
know what?
son.
Honestly, I don't even use that. I don't use it. I want to go out and buy the game. I'm old school. I want to buy the game. I don't want to download the game.
See, it's a good thing you told me that because I'm new school, son. And I'll be pissed off if I had all them fucking cartridges in my crib. I want this shit to get download fast at my house.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. You never even have to step foot in a GameStop. You can just download it when it comes up and just
Yeah,
pay
that's
for
what
it.
I want. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like doing that. I like to have the physical game.
Yeah, you probably got like 1,000 DVDs in your house, right?
I DVDs like well, you know
Yeah,
how
you
many
do got
DVDs.
my fault. I didn't know you do got mad DVDs. My fault. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
say I don't like that shit, son.
yeah, I like having a physical copy.
I'm about to send all my DVDs to the troops.
Shit, send some of them shits my way.
Actually, next time I see you, I got a whole trunk full of DVDs, bro. I'm dead
Okay.
ass gonna send them to the troops.
Yeah,
So you
you could
can
probably
go
send
through.
it overseas or something.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm sending it to the troops, bro. You know,
Yeah,
to, Mo, to close us out, son. Hold on. Let's see what Miss Mimi says something. We had to blow up shot. Yeah, I'm saying, but like, I don't like that. Yeah, say I don't like those old school
cool.
problems.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Had to blow in the cartridge,
yeah,
and then some people would have their ritual. They would blow in it 3 times and smack it on the back, and you're like, "Oh, it works."
yeah. But me, son, I always had that shit where like if I beat a game, son, I sold that shit, son. I solo, I got rid of it the next day.
I would beat a game, and then I would figure out a way to beat it again. I would want to beat it again because I'd feel like I missed something.
Because the way if I beat games, that's how I got games, son. So I was like, yeah, I didn't care about that shit after I beat it.
Well, that's like I play NBA 2K all the time. And the reason why I'm so interested in it is because it never ends. It's just constantly moving forward. You're drafting new players and you're like it's
Yeah,
just constantly it's always new. That's why I like it.
yeah, I gotta get into that shit.
Yeah.
I really gotta get into that. Well, I don't know. I like the football shit better, but they talking about what Nintendo games is your favorite game. My shit was Zelda.
Mine was Zelda too.
Yeah,
Mine
some
was
my people
Zelda.
like Zelda. Miss Mimi talking about 007. We wonder why Miss Mimi 007 was yours. And Brooks says Super NES Dr. Mario. Like that Dr. Mario shit was like a glorified Tetris, but I did like that too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, Zelda was my
I
shit.
hated
Like
Dr. Mario.
with Super Nintendo, especially since when I got Zelda, that shit was crazy. I cut school for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zelda was that. Oh my god. And then they started making more of them. That's why I like playing Skyrim.
See, I don't. That's what I'm saying. That's why I got to get it because I'm like it because I like those adventure games on PlayStation. Is better for me. Like I like Gods of War and I like You told me about that Skyrim joint, so I don't know. But it's hard to find a PS5 outside right now. So
Don't get a PS5, bro. Get a PS4. Mimi will tell you get a PS4.
uh,
Yeah, she'll tell you.
mm, mm.
Well,
Well,
you
bro,
know, well, we
any
are
last
here.
words?
We are here every Wednesday. You know where to be. Like, press that like button, subscribe. We have our Facebook page. I'm gonna start posting things on the Facebook page, like my videos and stuff. If you guys have me on Facebook, it's Mo Wells, and I'm gonna start the videos that I usually have on my page. If you wanted to check them out, those are the types of videos that you're gonna see on our page for the Play Myself show. So yeah, see you at 8 next week. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, and we out.